What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video we got a brand new bike to the channel. Check this thing out. It is super cool. Now I know what you're thinking. Chris, I know you don't work on old bikes. Well, I don't. But this one ain't old. It just looks that way. This is a 2019 Kawasaki Z900RS. So this thing is super cool, built off of a, I guess you'd say, a copy of like a 77 KZ900. So this one is super cool. It's got a Black Widow set of headers and a set of M4 slip-ons. Now, I'm not exactly sure if these M4 slip-ons are the exact one for the bike, because you can see how our brackets don't line up. I don't know. I didn't put that on. I'm just tuning it with what we got. But overall, super cool bike. We're going to be dialing in this thing today on the dyno, removing all those pesky restrictions, flashing our ECU, which is super easy to get to, by the way, on this bike. Literally just pop the seat off. It's sitting right there. But we're going to be removing all the restrictions from this thing, getting it dialed in and ready to rock and roll. Let's see what kind of power we get out of this thing. Stay with us, guys. Here we go. Baseline run, let's see what this Z900 got as it came in the door. In other words, the exhaust system, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna run this thing as is with the stock ECU, see what kind of power it makes. Then we're gonna unleash all the horsepower by getting rid of those restrictions. And trust me, there's a lot holding this bike back. Wait till you see what we can do. A 107 horsepower out of a brand new 900cc motorcycle. Not that impressive. You can see this thing is crazy rich from the factory. I think we're going to be able to get a lot out of this. Hold tight just a second. Let me see what I can do. So we talked about the 107 horsepower, but look at how rich this thing. The air fuel ratio is in the 11s, which is about 10 to 15% too rich, meaning getting too much fuel. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what we can do in this thing. One of the biggest things that we get I guess you'd say most complaints with this bike is whenever you're riding, you let off the throttle, boom, it nosedives, literally like throws your whole body forward whenever you're just trying to slow down a little bitty bit. And that's because the fuel injectors turn completely off on the bike once you let off the throttle. So therefore the bike is getting no fuel whatsoever. We keep the fuel injectors running, which makes the bike ride a much smoother on and off the throttle. So whenever you let off the throttle, the fuel injectors keep running, a very fine little mist. And then when you go to resume throttle, the fuel is already there. There is no delay between fuel on, fuel off. Fuel is already there. Another thing we do is we go in and lower the fan temps down. That makes the bike run much cooler, much smoother. And then we're going to go in, change your ignition timing around, and get rid of those pesky restrictions this bike has. So you can see here, as soon as we get over 10,000 RPMs, this is what they call the secondary throttle plate map. And then this is by gear. So you can see whenever you go full throttle, The computer gives it full throttle until it gets over 10,000 RPMs, and then it's just a hard shut off at 63%. And then you can see as you go higher in the gears, it's not quite as bad. But the biggest thing with this thing, the lower gears heavily restricted, keeps you held back, and the throttle plates are slow to open as well. So we fix all that stuff, correct that. But the biggest thing, the decel fuel cut, and then did I mention we make the bike get better fuel mileage? So when you do exhaust systems on these things, they run way too rich, meaning getting entirely too much fuel cruising around and wide open. We correct all that with the ECU Flash in the mapping. We're gonna have this thing ready to rock and roll here in just a few minutes. Here we go, guys. ECU is flashed. We're about to get some runs, see how this thing does. I can see that we got to trim just a little bit more fuel out, but we're up to right at 110 horsepower and 69 foot-pounds of torque. But look at how much better the air-fuel ratio is starting to look. This thing, and you can see how it continues to keep pulling, holding good power way out past the factory limitations. All right, guys, it's a new day here. We're finishing up the Z900RS. Now, we finished the horsepower part of the tuning yesterday. You can see we ended up topping out at 112 horsepower, where we started with 107. Not what some people would think would be huge gains, but actually it is. So you can see here on the very top end where it was falling off from the factory restrictions, we got 105 horsepower. And now we've got 112, and then where the other bike or I guess you say the other bike, it's basically the other bike because the old bike is gone. With the new ECU Flash, you can see it just continues to make over 110 horsepower as it keeps going through the RPM. Now, this particular customer requested something a little different for his tune. He requested our Ultimate Pops and Bangs option. Now, this is totally optional. This is a love it or hate it thing. This is something we can tune in or we can tune out. So let us know in the comments below what you think. I'm gonna let you listen to this. I've got it all dialed in already. This customer said he wanted it loud, he wanted flames, and he wanted it to be super obnoxious. Let me know what you think, guys. Let's fire this puppy up. So at first you hear not much different. It's a love it or hate it thing. A lot of guys on the Z900RS platform may not like that tune, but the younger crowd, they love it. Comment in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Either way, we can hook you up, pops or no pops. Thanks for watching, guys. That's going to do it for today's video. Be sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, go and check out some of the other videos we've done. We've done tunes on all kind of bikes. No matter what you're looking for, we've probably done it. Check us out, mooremafia.com. If you have any more questions, if you want to get your ECU Flash on your Z900, RS or regular Z900, whatever, all you got to do, mooremafia.com. There's an ECU flashing page. There's a video that pops up on that page with all the information on what you got to do to send it in to get it done. Thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button. We'll see you next time.